Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to our Learning Hour webinar. So I'm Nafis, and I'm excited to be your host for today's session. Today we have our expert trainer, Miss Shika, and she will be sharing a very interesting topic about effective Facebook and Instagram marketing strategies. So during the session, you may ask question in the chat box below. Miss Shika will answer the question at the end of the session. So without further ado, I pass this floor to Miss Shika.
Well, thank you, Nafis, for the introduction. And all of you, welcome to this webinar. I know it's a Thursday afternoon, lunchtime. So, most of you may be having your lunch while engaging in this session. We are all guilty that sometimes when we are having lunch or maybe doing nothing, we indulge into our phones looking at what other people are doing or posting stories and reels on Facebook and Instagram. Do you all agree with that? Yes, right? So I'm glad that instead of doing that today, you guys have enrolled for this session and are attending this class of 1 hour to learn about the effective Facebook and Instagram marketing strategies. So I'll share my screen now. Here's my screen. I hope all of you can see my screen now. We will be focusing on some of the effective strategies that we could implement to make our marketing strategy even more effective. Just a brief introduction about me. So, I'm an author, an entrepreneur, a digital strategist, and I have been working for more than 13 years in this industry of digital marketing. I have set up my own company here in Malaysia. By the way, I'm not a local, I'm an Indian citizen residing in Malaysia for the last 10 years. And yes, Malaysia is home for me now. So, I've set up a company here and I've been working full time as a digital marketer and also now deep diving into trainings. Here are some of my professional achievements, but I'll not get into those details as we have very little time to talk to you guys. Moving on to the things that we will be talking about today. First, why digital marketing is essential for your business. Defining your digital marketing strategy. Creating compelling content on how you can create a compelling content for your social media, leveraging on the power of social media marketing, measuring success, and next steps that you can take. Of course, this short span of time is not enough to cover all these things in details. So, whatever questions you may have in between, please post it in the comment section. And if you are interested in taking a deep dive course, please contact Nafis and Excel Academy to take up a full day or a full fledged digital marketing course. Digital marketing. Now, today, digital marketing is not a skill that only marketing professionals should possess. Any business that is online today, it can be, even selling something like a cloth brand, even a small shop selling sweets today needs to be online selling their products. Right to say so? That's the reason why it is important that not only just the digital marketing professionals, but also entrepreneurs, marketing managers, marketing specialists, and business owners also need to be knowing about what digital marketing is and how they could use this in the favor of their business or wherever they're working for. It is no secret that most and the vast majority of your consumers are online today. So, with so much of our daily lives taking place on social platforms, it it is essential that businesses have a strong digital presence in order to stay relevant and competitive. Social media offers businesses the opportunity to connect with their target audience that simply a traditional business can't match. By leveraging on the power of Facebook and Instagram and other social media platforms, businesses can engage with their customers in a more personal way and building trust and loyalty with their customers. This is the power of digital marketing, and this is why you need to be on social media and other digital marketing platforms. To start with your digital marketing journey, first it is important to define your strategy. How do you define your strategy? To define your strategy, the most important and first step to take is to identify your target audience. Who is your audience? Is it male, female, certain age groups, certain ethnic groups, certain interest groups, or certain demographic, people living in a certain demographic? You have to first identify and have a very detailed target audience set for your business. Once you have a target audience set for the business, you need to identify the platforms you would be focusing on for your digital marketing. Now, why is choosing or identifying platforms is important today? Because digital marketing is a big pool. It's like a big ocean, huge ocean. You can't be doing everything. It isn't technically possible, especially for a small business. So you have to choose what platform and what method works best for you, and then focus your effort and energies towards that platform. Like, you can see how you want to reach to your target audience, whether it be social media, whether it be email marketing, whether it be search engine optimization. Just to give you a brief about search engine optimization, today whatever we need, we search on Google, right? Like, if I want to get, for example, a haircut, I'm going to search online haircut, hair salon near me, correct? And the top 5 or 6 options are what I'm going to explore and probably end up choosing from one of those. So it's very essential for businesses today to be present in the Google search. That presence on Google search enhancement is called search engine optimization. It is part of a digital marketing plethora. Social media is just one angle or one bit of digital marketing that we would be focusing on today. So, once you've identified your target audience, once you have finalized what platform you're going to focus on, it's important to measure your results. How do you do that? With social media, measuring results has become very easy, very accurate, and because these informations are so accurate, you're able to make more informed decisions. For example, when you set a KPI that I want more customers to engage with me, when you engage with your customers, they can send you direct messages. It's a proper two-way communication, not like just the brand speaking to its audience. When it's a two-way communication, you can understand from your client behavior how they are commenting. Is it positive? It's negative? How much is the engagement rate? How are they engaging? All these data are so accurately delivered to us by social media platforms that we are able to make proper informed decisions which are more accurate in nature. So, after defining our digital marketing strategy, let's say we finalize that okay, we are going to focus on social media as a medium for marketing for your business. We will be deep diving into leveraging the power of social media marketing. What is social media marketing? Marketing your product, your services on social media. When I started my career 13 years back, our competition was not other social media agencies, it was ignorance. I remember clients telling me, oh, what is social media? Who is on social media? Why should we pay to be on social media? Why should we pay to be advertised on social media? At that time, the biggest competition for social advertising was not, again, other agencies or other platforms, but it was billboards, it was print media. But you can see how, in the last 10, 12 years, social media has taken over all the traditional means of marketing. This shows the importance that social media has gained in the last 10 years, in the last decade of coming up with 3 billion social media users. We can understand how important it is for brands to be on these platforms today. There is no longer the question of why. It is the question now is how. How to be utilizing these platforms to make the best out of social media in leveraging your social media journey for your brand or your services. How does social media help you? Of course, it gives you increased brand awareness. It has a broader reach, as we see here, the number 3 billion social media users. It gives you a sense of visibility. Like I said in the beginning, we are all guilty of indulging into checking out posts and stories of other people while watching it. We even see certain brands posting about their stories or their services. That's how you end up always constantly seeing them. That's how visibility is a key takeaway or benefit of being on social media. Improved customer engagement. This is one of my favorite things about social media, is that there is a direct communication with your customers. How does that happen? Earlier, with the traditional ads, only the brand could communicate with their customers. But if customers have certain grievances, there was no way to directly communicate with the brand. But today, any advertisement on social media, YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, there is an option to comment on that ad. So customers can directly communicate with the brand, with their grievances, with their feelings, with their uh, you know feedbacks with the brand. So there's always a two-way communication here that also helps in building relationships and also having a loyal customer fan base. Targeted advertising. Again, if you're advertising on a billboard, it doesn't have a very correct target audience because anyone can be passing through that busy road. But with social media advertising, it can be very, very targeted. Like for example, if your target audience is females between the age of say 25 to 35 and interested in say beauty and fashion, suppose you're selling a fashion product, you can target your ads to this level of interest. So it's very, very streamlined. It's very, properly managed and properly arranged ad structure. It's not like everyone is seeing your ad. And you can also define which areas. So suppose you're a hair salon and you want people to come in from within 25-kilometer proximity. You can also set that in the ads that only show it to people within 25-kilometer proximity. If someone is beyond that, I don't want to cater if that's the case. So it's a very targeted audience and advertising way. Enhance customer insights. Analyzing social media data provides valuable insights into customers' preferences, behavior, and trends. So, when you analyze and study the data that social media provides you, you can understand what they are liking. For example, you post certain type of post which was not very well received by your audience. So, next time you know what not to post because they are acting and reacting on it real time. If you posted something, if you're getting too many negative comments, you know this is not the right kind of content for me. So it is easy through those customer insights, you're able to understand what your client or customer or your target audience wants. You can use that data to enhance customer insights. Since we are focusing on social media, let's see which social media platform we can focus on today. It is Instagram. All right. So suppose you see some of the data that I'm producing for Instagram here. 71% of the monthly active users on Instagram are under the age of 35, which means that if you have defined your target audience in step one that I showed you here, your target audience, if your target audience falls within this age group, which means Instagram is a good platform for you to market your product and service. It has 4 times more interactions as compared to Facebook. Yes, I'm sure you all will agree that we interact more on Instagram as compared to Facebook. So if you have a target audience who is falling in this age group, if you want to interact with them well, and you want them to make some buying decisions on Instagram as a platform itself. As you can see, 80% of the users make a buying decision through Instagram. So if you're a small business owner and you're selling direct product and service through Instagram, you're intending to, then Instagram is a very good tool for you to market your services. Most of us have been guilty of buying something or the other during lockdown, which we may not be even using now. At that time when you saw the post or the ad, you felt like this is something I can't live without. And then, we end up guilty buying. Why did it happen? Because the product was projected to us in a way that it is very important for us. It was made very appealing to us. That's how Instagram is so powerful that it entices you to make a buying decision immediately through the platform itself. So, for which businesses is Instagram a very good platform? Who have a target audience in this age group, who want to interact more with their customers and want to make their customers take buying decisions then and thereof. But if you're selling, say, a high ticket item products, like for example, a property, of course, you can't expect a person to see your ad and buy a property right on Instagram, right? But it's a good place in that case to collect leads, make people submit their leads. So it can not necessarily a buying decision doesn't mean making a direct purchase, but also in the case of a property, it can be getting a lead. So for them, the KPI or the end result is not selling but getting leads. That is their earning through the platform. So it can be different for different kind of industries. Now we know we have learned about digital marketing. From digital marketing, we chose our platform as social media marketing. From social media marketing, we chose Instagram as our preferred platform to be at. What next? What do you do next? You start creating some very compelling content. How do you create a compelling content? What is a compelling content? Creating compelling content is essential for any successful social media marketing campaign. High quality content that resonates with your audience can drive traffic, engagement, and of course lead to conversions. Conversion can be sales, conversions can be lead generation, and conversions can be a direct chat sent by the customer, potential customer. So, here are some of the steps that you can follow to create a very compelling content for your audience so that they take the next step that you want them to take, which is either buying or submitting lead or sending your message or whatever be your KPI. How do you come to that creating compelling content stage? Understand your target audience and what they're looking for. This is the first step. So you know who your target audience is. For example, you are selling, you are a hair salon. You are providing hair care services and hairstylists, basically. So what is your target audience looking for in this case? They are looking for a good hair salon which can help them with maybe hair color or nice, hairstyle or something. correct? Research to identify pain points, interests, and preferences. So, what could be the pain point of a person who is looking for a hairstylist? Something like maybe a hair which is not gray in color, so nice hair color, or the pain point can be a lot of hair fall, so you want a nice treatment, or how to maintain healthy hair after a certain age. All of these can be pain points. It can be the interest and the preference of your target audience, correct? Now, craft content based on these points that I have cited out, which they can find value in. So they will find value if you're creating a content which is giving them some solution to their pain areas. The pain areas, as I said, could be gray hairs, it could be hair falling, it could be a nice new makeover style. So if you are creating contents relating to these pain points or these interests of your target audience, you are resonating with them, creating content for them. End result is they are going to connect with you. This is the funnel of a compelling content. And of course, once you have decided on these three areas, the fourth step is where you may need the help of a design specialist, where they're going to use the design elements, video elements to create a nice video or an image which is touching on these three areas. First is identifying what they're looking for, find their pain points, and then content that can speak to them directly, solving their problem. These three things need to be sorted by you as a business owner. And then step four is add the visual imagery to the whole structure. This is the whole funnel of creating a compelling or content for your audience. Now, here I'm going to show you an example of a compelling content. This creator, Theresa Van Dam, is a social media influencer. She runs a hair salon. She's a hairstylist from the states. So she is very popular on TikTok and Instagram for her witty take on the subject. Let me show you some of her content so that you understand. Let me share another screen to you guys. So this is her page, Theresa Van Dam's page. What you will see here is content where she is talking about hair color, how to maintain hair color. Like, for example, we will see one of her reels here. Let me show it to you guys. So, what do you see in this video? That she's talking about how to preserve your hair color. So, if I'm looking for a hairstylist, what is my pain area? I have got a hair color. I want to know how to preserve the color. Definitely, this is one of the pain areas, and she is covering some of the solutions. That is, turn hot tools down. So, which means you should not be using too many hot, like iron or something on your hair. Color protect, shampoo or conditioner to be used. Use cold water and wash less frequently, and color depositing products. So these are the solutions that she is giving out. Basically, what did she do? She identified her target audience, which is people who have colored their hair, and she is coming up with their problems. What's their problem? How to preserve that hair color. What did she do? Come up with the solution, listing down points so clearly. Like in a 20-second video, she gave us all the points that one could ask for when looking for a hair color preserving solution. So isn't this a good video? You will also see that why I chose her page is that she also creates content where she is doing some relatable posts, um, with her customers. Don't mind her
And
video
just like
language
that,
here, please.
Lola's gone. Wrong. Lola's right here, you fucking Brussels sprout. And just like that,
Yeah. So she does a lot of funny content also. That is called relatable content. So the idea is that you do relatable content and at the same time you give value to your customers in terms of what they need. If you're doing these things well, you are bound to have good following, you're bound to have loyal customer base. So this was an example of a compelling content that you could keep use as a sample on what needs to be done when you are looking for a compelling content. These are the three key takeaways from a compelling content. One, it should be relatable. Second, it should be knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing, like how she showed, to protect your hair when you're coloring, and then direct conversation because she is there in the video. You can, see her directly. So when there is a direct conversation, put up your suggestions or advisories on the comment section. That is where a direct conversation is helping. These are the three main key areas that one should focus on when creating a compelling content, which is relatable, knowledge sharing, and a direct conversation with your audience. Here are some of the best practices that you can focus on when marketing on Instagram. Always one, upload high quality photos. Do not upload hazy or blurry pictures or something which is, someone has sent you on WhatsApp or some other media which is pixelated and not a high quality photo or video. Do not upload that on your brand account. Your Instagram page or your Facebook page or your page on any platform is like your physical store. Imagine when a customer enters your physical store, would you want them to see something which is messy? No, right? You keep your storefront very clean for customers to come and enjoy and see the experience that you want to offer to them. Your social media profile on Instagram and Facebook is the same thing. It's your face, it's the face of your brand. People come and see that for the first time to know who you are as a business. So it's important that you have high quality images, good, compelling content produced so that they get attracted and want to engage with you for your products and services. Be consistent. Don't go absent for months at a stretch. So I always say this to all my clients that it's not necessary that you have to post every day or something like that. No, but consistency is very important. So if you are posting say 2 posts per week or 3 posts per week, make sure that this is consistent. Make sure that you don't go missing in action. You can't be like having say 1 or 2 posts and then suddenly 1 month you didn't post anything. So once you're posting 5 posts per week and then suddenly next week nothing. Not like that. It should be consistent. Why? Because your customers need to understand and expect content from you on a certain day. For example, you are running a campaign which is say Monday hack or whatever you want to, or Tuesday thoughtful Thursday, anything. So every Thursday, your customer base or your followers know that they can expect a thoughtful content from you. If you are not delivering that to your followers, which means you're not being loyal to them. That's why we say that being consistent is very important on Instagram. It is one of the best practices that you need to follow. Be consistent. Even if it's 2 posts per week, it's fine. Being consistent is very important. And of course, quality is the key. Don't post too many things which is like, not making sense to your audience or not resonating with your audience. It's important that you focus on the 3 points that I cited in the last slide, which is relatable, knowledge sharing, and direct conversation. It has to have these three elements in order for you to have a loyal fan base. So make sure that you are posting consistently and quality posting. Post user generated content to build brand reputation. Now, what is a user generated content? Content, as the word implies, content that is generated by the user themselves. Now, how does a user generate content? For example, what you could do is engage influencers. Influencer is one of, again, my favorite Instagram tip that I want to share with you guys, has really helped our clients. It's not a big budget thing that you have to focus on, that you're engaging a very high movie star or very famous personality. Even people with good following like 10,000, 20,000 is good enough for you to engage them to create some user generated content for you. It can be something like, you send them your product or service and they can do an unboxing video and talk about how they loved your product or service. All this will help a user to understand that you are not just boasting yourself, but others are also talking about your product. It increases brand loyalty. It, it brings in a sense of trust in your products and services from the customer's end. Maintain your brand's value and ethics. Of course, whenever you're posting, make sure you do not forget what your brand values are, what your brand ethics are, and all your posts should be aligned to your brand value. It should not be going anything beyond what your brand wants to speak to you or resonate with your audience to. Frequently use Instagram stories. It's very important. So if you're doing say 2 or 3 posts per week, you can also choose to post something as a story every day. Talking about stories can be something as simple as a poll or a question that you ask them, like, maybe for example, if you're a hairstylist, since we were talking about hairstylists all this while, so you can post like, two different hairstyles that you did in a day and ask this or this, yay or nay, something like that. So at least your audience gets a chance to share their feedback or engage with you personally. It's a very good way to engage with your audience on a personal level. It's through Instagram stories. And of course, don't go for hard selling. Instagram or any other marketing tool or platforms should not be used for hard selling, like buy from me now. That should not be your brand value or ethic that you want to project on these platforms. It should always be first building up visibility and then slowly going towards sale, but not hard selling. Next is, of course, do not preach like I'm this, I'm that. Do it through storytelling, like coming up with a compelling story. How we saw Teresa's post there, how she is creating content which is like, using an example of a customer engagement, like how she didn't like her customer and what happened. So, telling a story. Use the art of storytelling and not constantly preaching. That's a good Instagram practice that all of you should follow for your brand. And of course, last but not the least, to promote your Instagram profile wherever possible. So if you are meeting someone or your brand is trying to engage with anyone, even for example, if you're running a restaurant, then maybe you can put up a sticker on the table of your each of the tables that follow us on Instagram and Facebook and get a say free drink. We actually did this as a campaign for one of our restaurant clients, and it was a very small gesture. So suddenly what happened was their following was not increasing organically on Instagram, and client didn't want to run any ads. They said, we want to see how organic growth can come into our page, but it was just not happening. And then we came up with this idea that you have so many footfall on your restaurant every day. Why not stick on your table with the QR code to your Instagram page, and mention there that, scan the QR code, review us on Instagram, review us on Google, or follow us on Instagram, show it to the person who's serving you on the table, and get a free drink. And trust me, it works so well. They got thousands of followers in a month's time. So it was a very small gesture to do. They kept a drink. Drink is not a big deal for a restaurant to offer to its customers. It's a goodwill gesture because the customer also feels good that they're getting a free drink, and at the same time, the brand gets what they want, which is more followers. So it's a win-win situation for both the parties. So promote your profile wherever possible. Anything, whatever business you are in, this was just an example, but use this example as to see how it fits in your business, and try to engage with more and more people as you can on these platforms. Share with everyone. Don't shy away from sharing your profile with people. Now, what is Instagram Reels? I think I'm sure Reels is nothing strange to all of you. These they are 60 seconds to 2-minute formats of video that was introduced by Instagram a few years ago, and it has now become a rage. It's something that all the brands are resorting to, and creating video content which is compelling for the audience. When you're creating a video for your client or for yourself, please keep these things in mind. Do not post too many stories at once. Adding stickers to the corner of your stories. Adding too many stories in a day. These are the do's and don'ts of Instagram stories. I think I wrongly wrote reels here. Adding a lot of text, only reposting posts and reels. These should not be what you should be posting on your stories. These are the do's and don'ts of Instagram stories, which I said you could utilize and post, say, on a everyday basis. Spread out your stories throughout the day. So if you're doing, say, 2 stories a day, if you are ready to do that, not necessary that you have to do, but if you're doing it, it should not be like instantly, okay, you posted 1, 2, 3, 4 stories. No, it should be spread out through the day. So one maybe in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. It can be spread out. Now add stickers in the center to avoid them getting cropped, because the stories, every phone has a different resolution, so there's a chance that your stickers can get cropped off from the edges. What you could do is keep the stickers confined to the center of your story, so that it doesn't get cut off from the edges. Posting 3 to 4 stories should be enough. No one wants to read very text heavy stories, so try to keep it like one picture with some very little text there. And of course, do not just repost, like, someone else's post, you just repost on your story. That should not be the game for the brand. You can do it once in a while, but it should not be the main thing that you are doing. Of course, take advantage of stories. As I said, post questions, post tools, and interact with your audience. It's a very good way to interact, and be creative. That's definitely one thing that I say to everyone, that be creative. Some of the Instagram real do's and don'ts which I have missed out on highlighting here can be like, it should not be too long. Keep it confined into 20 seconds or 30 seconds, as less is more. When it comes to Instagram reels, less is always more. So what you could do is tell a story which is compelling, but in a very short span of time. Shorter it is, more compelling it is, more chances of it going viral. That is the idea behind Instagram reels. You know, today's attention span of this generation is 3 seconds. So If somebody doesn't like your content when you're checking out content on Instagram, if you don't like something within 3 seconds, there is a very high chances you're going to scroll the content. So make sure that first 3 seconds of your reel is very, very compelling to hook on to the audience. Make sure that the first 3 seconds is something very compelling so that they don't scroll to the next video and miss out on your video. The first 3 seconds is the key for any Instagram reel, and try to keep it as short as possible. Measuring the success. Now, of course, when you're measuring the success of a social media campaign, it can be like a lot of things. But today, I will restrict it to three important points here, because we can't get into deep dive of like ROIs or those technical terminologies. So we will keep it to some of the basic things that you, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a marketing specialist, should know. Measuring the success of social media efforts is crucial for businesses, organizations, and individuals, and looking to achieve their goals. Success metrics can vary depending on your specific objectives, but here are some common ways. Follower growth. Definitely, the most important factor end of the day is how many people are following you on the platform. Do not look for hard sales, how many sales I made on social media, but how many followers you got through organic means. That is going to indicate whether your content is resonating with your audience or not. If it is not resonating, you will see that there is a drop in your follower count, or there's a consistency in your follower count. If you want your follower count to grow, or if you see that your follower count is growing, it means that the content that you're creating for your audience is correct, is what you should be working on. Engagement rate. Now, what is engagement rate? It's basically how many people liked or commented or engaged with your post. Basically, what is engagement rate? It is very easily whatever be the number of followers. So you see every post, the Facebook or Instagram is going to show you how many people interacted with it. Divide that by the number of followers that you have times 100. That is the percentage. So, for example, if you have 100 followers and say your post had 20 engagements, so what is the engagement rate? 20%. This rate needs to be high. Higher it is, it shows that again your content is resonating with your target audience. This is the importance of engagement rate. Reach and impressions. Track how many people have seen your post. That's also very important. How many unique users came to your post and saw it. That will show whether your reel or your content has gone viral or not. Like you will see sometimes people have say 200 or 300 followers, but suddenly their reach of a particular video goes up to millions. Why? Because that particular content resonated with a lot of people. That's how it reached a bigger target audience. When you see a post like this, which is reaching to a bigger audience, which means that you have created something for a wider audience, and you've created something compelling which they could resonate to, which they could understand was helping with a pain area. If you see a content like that, you know that this is the kind of content you should be producing for your page or your brand. That is how you measure the success of social media marketing. These are my three main points that I want to share with you guys, as a base today, as business owners, as entrepreneurs. Of course, as I said, there may be many more detailed way of calculating, like ROI, KPIs, like sales that you made. You can have a full funnel to see how people reacted and acted to each of your posts, and did they reach the sales cycle. Because I understand end of everything is sales. If you're not generating that, it doesn't help. But that comes as a result of these things. When you have more followers, when you have more engagement, when you have more reach, people know more about you, you are visible. That's how you get more sales. Coming to the next steps. So, what did we learn today? Let's come to it. We know that digital marketing is essential for the business to stay competitive in today's world. Of course, with social media, 3 billion users, and all of that, definitely these are platforms you need to be in. There's no more the question of why. The question is how. Defining your clear strategy, creating compelling content, leveraging on the power of social media, and measuring success. Businesses can achieve their goals and reach their target audience effectively with all these things in place. To begin implementing digital marketing strategies for your business. So, the first point is to start by identifying your target audience and the platforms they use most frequently. For example, we took the example of a hairstylist here. So, usually, if I may think that whatever Teresa's audience is females, maybe because she's a female hairstylist, and then maybe people living near her place, because I think she's from Texas or somewhere, I don't know. If she's from Texas, she would want to resonate or connect with audience who are staying, say, 30 kilometer, 40 kilometer proximity max, because that's where her target audience is going to come to her from, not beyond that. People won't travel for 50 kilometers to get a haircut. So that's how she can easily define her target audience. And if you see, her content is very localized to states, very specific to her target audience, and resonates with them. She knows that her target audience is young people. That's why she chose platforms like TikTok and Instagram to market her services, because she knows that the young audience is on these platforms. Develop a content plan that resonates with your audience and consider incorporating social media into your strategy. So, of course, your content plan should always have your audience in mind. For example, if your target audience is millennials or Gen Z, speak in their language, what they understand, what is their idea of your product and services. It should resonate with them. If you create a content which is meant for, say, old people, then the younger audience may not be able to relate to it, or vice versa. So see what your target audience is looking for. If it's not just age, it can be gender, it can be geographical boundary, it can be interest groups, anything. So you have to make sure that your content is based on what your client or your target audience need. The three main important things that we discussed earlier when we were doing Teresa's slide, which is relatable, knowledge sharing, and direct conversation. These are the three main elements that you should focus on when creating a compelling content for your target audience. And finally, of course, tracking is the key, because you need to know whatever efforts that you have put in. Like, you have put in the efforts such as key matrix, like if you've created compelling content, you have identified your audience, you've done all of that, you're posting regularly. But how do you know whether this all effort that you are investing into is giving you some results? So how do you measure those results? By seeing that, using these tools that I guided you through. See the follower growth, see the engagement rate, and see whether new people are reaching your page or not, your page reach is going higher or not. All these small things are going to help you understand whether you are doing the right thing that you should be doing on the social media platform. Of course, it takes a lot of effort to be doing all this. So make sure that when you are putting in so much effort, you are reaping the benefits of those efforts. And those benefits could be in the form of more followers, in the form of getting leads through advertisements that you're running on social media platform, or if you're selling, say, small ticket item products, it can be direct sales, or it can be driving people to correct page on your e-commerce. So for example, you're selling a piece of jewelry, not a very high ticket item product, maybe a small medium ticket size product. So if you can set up a funnel wherein people reaching that page from your social media page are considered as qualified leads. So you know that you're doing a right job, you're getting right people to come to the right page on your e-commerce and taking the next steps of converting them into actual customers. Getting a lead, for example, if you are, say, consulting someone. So, consultancy businesses usually would need leads. And lead generation is also one of the things that Instagram has really helped our clients to get a lot of leads through running ads. That's why we say first identify the target audience correctly, choose the platforms wisely, whatever you want to market on, because there's a pool of plethora of things that you can do when it comes to digital marketing. And as a small business owner, it's not easy to be doing everything. So choose the platforms wisely and then move towards it. Next step would be creating compelling content for your audience. Doesn't mean if you're on social media only then you need to create compelling content. It can be for any platform. Even when you choose search engine optimization that I spoke to you about in previous slides, search engine optimization, you can write nice blogs which your audience can resonate to. So content is for everything. When it comes to digital marketing, no matter what platform you choose or what you do, content is going to be the main element. Content is the most compelling thing you need to work on. So content is has to be compelling and you need to be compelled to come up with good content. That's going to be the driving force of your entire social media strategy. And finally, of course, measuring the success. So, with this, I will come to the end of my session today. And thank you for taking your first step towards digital marketing. That's it for today. I will pass the floor to Nafis after this. For any questions that you guys may want to ask, please feel free to ask Nafis or put up in the
Okay.
chat.
Thank you, Miss Shika, for the great sharing.
Thank
So,
you.
all right, feel free to leave a comment if you have any question or doubts, and Miss Shika will respond to them. You can ask in the chat box.
While others may be asking questions, Nafis, anything from your end, from whatever you heard today, any question that you think audience would want to know about from the digital marketing and social Facebook and Instagram marketing strategies that we discussed?
From my side, I think the I want to clarify that the Facebook and the Instagram have a different audience, right? Because Facebook more on I think on corporate on pages, but Instagram more on to towards to social media, just to post a simple, not a heavy marketing, right?
Yes, Nafis. So it's a good question that you put up here. That's why, when I was sharing just now, I said identifying your target audience is important. So, like how you said that the audience on Facebook is different from the audience on Instagram and maybe uh, on TikTok or any other platform. The kind of audience that is there on each platform is different. So, you first need to understand who your target audience is and where they are. You need to do an intensive market research. Like as I shared earlier, that people on Instagram are mostly below the age of 35. So, and their interest is usually more luxury or fashion or non-corporate kind of interest is there more on Instagram. If you have a more corporate requirement, you can look for LinkedIn or Facebook marketing. So, yes, it's very true that choosing the platform is very important when you're doing or indulging into social media marketing, choosing the right platform based on your study of the target audience. So, yes, first step is definitely studying what your target audience is and then understanding where they are. Only then your next step starts, which is creating compelling content for them.
Okay, thank you, Miss Shika, for your clarification. Okay, so I think there is no question from the viewers. So I just share the upcoming training session from our side. Okay, so this
Ah,
is our Miss Gayatri. Yeah, so Miss Gayatri will be teaching for ChatGPT Mastery and Social Media Marketing. for our public class. There is the dates below. So for this social media marketing, Miss Gayatri, the station is confirmed. So if you are interested to join, you can contact us. Okay, so next we have our Power Query and Data Analytic in Excel on October. And then for this Microsoft Excel Intermediate and Advanced level, we have confirmed session on 25 and 26 October. It will be held at Armada Hotel Petang Jaya. And we do also our digital marketing masterclass here on the same date, 25 and 26 October. So if you are interested in enrolling in one of these courses, you can contact us. So thank you all and have a good day. And if you like our webinar, please follow us on our social media and get in touch with us to get the latest update. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Miss Shika, for the great sharing. So bye bye, enjoy and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.